Actually, yung pag-grade dito is 5 points pinakamataas. Yung rebuttal, of course, all counter arguments were accurate, relevant, and strong. Depende yung siguro, sa drive, explanations, or sa rhyme, or whatever, so forth. And then, use of facts, statistics. Every major point was well supported with several relevant facts, statistical or examples. It's supported by something. I-contextualize mo yung isang bagay, talagang expound yung pag-expound the way you expound. Organizations or arguments were clearly tied to an idea, premise, and organizing a tight logical fashion. Ibig sabihin, chain ito. Huwag yung iba pag sinabi yung taporo, ang tanong, yung sagot ay Marvel. Okay? Yung tinatawag na understanding of topic, the team clearly understood the topic and depth and presented the information forcefully and convincingly. Ibig sabihin, nandiyon na yung logical, saka yung sensible concept. O, tinignan natin mamaya. 4 points. Pag sinabi mo 4 points, of course, statements and responses were respectful and use appropriate language, but once or twice body language was not. Something related pa rin sa 5 points, video close. Pag sinabi mo 5, of course, related doon, malaki doon sa 4. Related na yung kanyang parang rubric. Okay. Most information for the information is presented in the debate was clear, accurate, and thorough. Clear, ha? Pag sinabi clear, kahit na gamitin mo yung tatlong medium, sabihin mo, kasi Cebuano man, Tagalog man, or English, yung medium instruction, gamitin mo, basta yung concept ay doon, yung talk niya talagang, who is that fitted doon, yun yung ibig sabihin doon. And then, rebuttal, for rebuttal, most counter arguments were accurate, relevant, and strong. Okay, binali ko na. Use of facts, statistics, every video point was adequately supported with relevant facts, statistics, and examples. Of course, kung mas maganda, magamit ang mga proponents. Right? Then the other one is organizations. Most arguments were clearly tied to an idea, previous and organized and tied logical fashions. Pag sinabi mong logical, that is the concept of philosophy, medyo susutin talaga yun. Ibig sabihin, 1 plus 1, let's start from that is 2. That is quite logical. Parang ganun sa sagot. Kung pag-usapan natin yung pure sciences, iba yung itong applied sciences, PB, related yan doon. And another one, understand yung topic, medyo mabilis ako, no? And then, the time clearly understood the topic in depth and presented the information with ease. Kaya yung sabihin dito. So, it should be in the process of thought na doon po inside pa rin doon sa topic, medyo related pa rin doon. 3 points. Most statements and responses were respectful and inappropriate language, but there was once scarce-stick remark. Kung minsan, hindi masyado medyo weird, vague. In other words, parang vague na medyo unclear. Pero andyan yung idea. 3 points yun. So, for the information, most information presented in the debate was clear and accurate, but was not usually thorough. Medyo close pa rin doon. Use of facts and statistics. Every major point was supported with facts, statistics, and or examples. It's medyo redundant konti, pero medyo close pa rin sa sinabi kung 3 to 4, 5 points na use of facts and statistics. Organization. Some arguments were really tied to an idea, premise and organized in a tied logical fashions. Pag sinabing logical fashions, of course, yung concept, medyo makikita mo in design with the facts and thorough yung ibig sabihin yung presentations na talaga makikita, justify. Okay? Understanding of topic, the team sent to be understand the main points of topic and presented with use is. And then, for 2 points, statements, kung titignan natin yung respect for other team as part ng criteria, statement responses and body language were borderline appropriate, some sarcastic remarks. Sabi sarcastic, medyo iba yung dating sa pag-response ng pag-reply ng opponents doon sa nagsasalita. Okay, pero ang 2 points lang. So for the information, some information were accurate, but there were some minor inaccuracies. So minsan medyo tama, akakala mo tama, pero siguro kung i-consider mo yung pinaka-concept doon, ay mayroon mga something mga bumagak sa parang clerical or ilang technicalities na medyo contain medyo na really close to the concept. For the rebuttal, some counter arguments were weak and irrelevant. Pag sinabing irrelevant, of course, hindi talaga congruent, hindi talaga fit, hindi talaga suited na concept. Sa kanyang gustong isabi. Kaya pag-usapan ng tungkol sa Marcel, iba yung dating o iba yung concept na binibigay. Okay, organizations. Few arguments were clearly tied to an idea or premise and organized in tight logical fashions. Okay, understanding of topic, the team seemed to understand the main points of the topic, but they didn't present with ease. Minsan, mayroon kang ipakitang mayroon na sinabi, pero ang justify the presentations to or kapwa. Hindi siya. Okay. For the respect, 1 point. For the last, the statement, responses, and our body language were not consistent with not respectful. Of course, hindi na consistent, hindi sa permanent. Hindi tuloy-tuloy yung kanyang flow of something, presentations. And then for the informations had some major inaccuracies or was usually not clear. Sabihin, hindi masyadong exact. Pag sinabing inaccuracies, was breaking. Pag sinabing hindi masyadong tama doon sa hindi bullseye, in other words, parang in other yung ginagamit nila. Rebuttal, counter arguments were not accurate and or relevant. Hindi siya finish. Okay, related But statistics, all points were not supported. Hindi na support. It's been one point ka lang. For the organizations or arguments were not clearly tied to an idea, premise and organized in logical fashions. And the last, for understanding of topic, the team did not show an inadequate or adequate understanding of the topic. So, kaya masyado, sorry, isa lang yung present. So, siguro, good luck and then congratulations, advance na lang sa mga ating mga representative from the system at the same time for the youth square. Sila yung mga proponents natin. At sila yung ating mga legitimate na mga leaders ngayon, ang mga debaters. Okay? Ibigay ko yung next sa ating
So, good afternoon, fellow students. Good afternoon to the teachers present here, and of course, acknowledging the presence of our assistant principal, Ronald D. Visaya, and the senior high school coordinator, Sir Stanley Spertuno, and for last, the senior high school guidance counselor, Ma'am Iluminada Babad. Again, good afternoon. Welcome to the class debate school year 2018 and 2019, September 27, 2018. As we start our program, let us first hear the opening statement of purpose to be given to us by our facilitating teacher, Mr. Emmanuel Junaldo. A round of applause. So I think it is already done for his opening statement. So before we start, for reading the guidelines, let us first let us the speaker introduce themselves. Let us start for the proposition side from the grade 12 stand. So, for the grade 12 stand, we have Norman Palandiron, Rachel Abercas, Rachel Inaisip, Justine May Unahan, Estali F. Balinas, and J. Adrian Otero. And for our opposition team, we have the grade 12 viewers first, Hermoso Edith Joy, Katrina Mary Grace, Sobrio Erika, Sabajan Christian, Bruno Ronan, and Candado Jane K. So I think they are fully prepared. Are you prepared? Okay, so now I declare to start the debate topic. First speaker for the proposition side. But of course, before that, reading guidelines rather. These are the guidelines for the debate proper. First, the entire proceeding shall follow the parliamentary procedure. By it, we mean the following. First, the speaker must first be acknowledged by the chair before speaking. No one is allowed to butt in while a speaker is deliberating on the floor, and personal attacks and indecorous behavior are to be avoided. There will be 2 teams with 6 members in each team. Each member of the group shall present the group's arguments alternately with that of the other group for 1 to 2 minutes at a time. After each member of the group has presented, 1 member from each group shall offer a rebuttal for 3 to 5 minutes. Counter-rebuttal should depend on the situation. To encourage in-depth discussion of arguments and counter-argument, each member shall be allowed to speak in any combination of the following language: English, Filipino, or Cebuano. Audiences are not allowed to cheer, coach, or bat in while the debate is ongoing. So, let us start now with the debate proper. The first speaker for the group.
So as everyone knows, is when the martial law, as everyone knows, is when a region is under the control of the armed forces and not the Philippine National, and not with the police. This is because we are aiming for peace in order, and which is very necessary. In this case, the Article 7, Section 8 of 1987 Constitution empowered the Philippine President to declare the martial law, which is very necessary due to the siege in the Marawi and any other violences, inhuman atrocities, and abuses. With this, we are proposing the martial law declared by the Philippine President, Mr. Duterte.
So you rest your case. You still have 1 minute left. You want to rest your case? Okay, so since he is already done for his idea about the martial law, let us go for the opposition side. The first speaker.
According to the survey of Corruption Philippines, as of April 23, 2017, there have been over 7,000 deaths from both legitimate police operations and vigilance style, or shall we say AGK. Well, the point is that nasa demokrasya pa tayo, yung naisipin nyo. 7,000 deaths from both legitimate police or operation. Isipin nyo kung ganun kataas ang batayan during ng demokrasya, how much more pagka nasa batas militar. Isipin nyo kung gaano katalamak ang batayan. Hindi naman sa wala akong tiwala o hater ako ng presidente. Yung sa akin lang naman ay kung paano mag-isip ang ating presidente. Halos nasa kamay niya ng batas ngayon nasa demokrasya pa tayo, isipin niya. Hindi naman din sabi masamang tanggalin yung mga bulong hanay o bago pa mahawa ang iba. Pero pag hinayaan natin yung kapangyarihan na yun sa kamay natin presidente at alam natin kung paano siya mag-isip, di ba? Delikado. Kasi wala namang mali sa pagpapatupan ng maganda. Actually, maganda naman talaga yung batas militar. Kaso yung iniisip natin yung proseso at yung mga tao na sa likod nito, hindi ganun makaya sa ating presidente para sa makaka na ngayon. At saka din ayon sa istorya ni King of Buebo ng 1987, a child from Negros died because of malnutrition during the time of martial law. And during that time, Philippines is one of the most richest country in the Asia. At mayaman nga Pilipinas, pero hindi naman ito makakaabot sa mga hindi naman ito makaabot sa kung sino talaga yung mga nangangailangan.
So the first speaker already had his time, so let us proceed again for the proposition side, the second speaker.
Article 7, Section 8 of 1987. It is the right of the President to declare martial law in case of invasion or rebellion when the public safety requires it. So it means that kung Philippines or Mindanao, specifically Mindanao, had marami ng terorista. So if we said about EJK, it's what we will wait for. Are we going to wait that those terrorists will kill the innocent people over those people who committed crime? So it is said also that 240 out of 267 officials have agreed the martial law because they know that we have many benefits we can get from if we declare the martial law. Not just the economy, not just the safety, as well as we are able to know or to communicate or interact with our officials or the military as well as the police. And also, it is not that about the terrorism as well as the drug pushers and many more. So, and Mindanao will be more popular, of course, because the martial law is not just here who supported this martial law, martial law, as well as the people around the globe. So, outside the globe, as well, most specifically the Filipino from the America. Yes, outside the country. I'm sorry. Then, in addition, we will gonna have one of the benefits we're gonna get is we will gonna have a 24/7 security guard.
2 minutes is already done for the second speaker. Let us also hear his side, the second speaker for the opposition team.
Good afternoon, everyone. I highly disagree that there is no beneficial of having a martial law in the Philippines, particularly in the Mindanao. Because as what we research about that came from mycora.com, it discussed the disadvantage of martial law and its consequences. First of it is the promote authoritarianism and the risk for a political crisis. Promote authoritarianism is leader has the ability to rule. When a certain leader has been already enjoying his power and privilege to govern his society after declaring martial law, he can or she have the power to extend it, to extend that he wants to be the only one to rule the country, and also he wants to rule, that might has he or she has a secret agenda na siya lang nakakaalam, na siya lang gumagawa, na siya lang yung gumagawa dahil authoritarian na siya, wala na mga other government na maglalaban sa kanya, and other government are only concentrated under his order and plan for the society, and other government also have no right to say that this a certain society is needed for like that and like that, and also it is connected to the risk for political crisis because martial law freezes the power of the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the government, in which the leader is the sole responsible for regulating these three branches. We all know that we are a democratic country, and a democratic country has a president, right? And a president has only one of the three branches of the government, which is the executive. He is not hindi naman niya makukuha yung tatlong branches of the government because we are democratic country. And also, if this happens, the legitimacy of the leader will collapse. And also, if this happens, the three branches will be useless. And if this happens, the democracy will be so useless.
The essence of being democratic.
Okay, so highly disagree of what he said. Let us also hear the side of our third speaker from the proposition side of the...
So good afternoon, everyone. So according to Philippine News, there will be a great decrease of criminality rates due to martial law. So there will be 69.88% decrease in theft, 70% in criminality rate, especially stabbing, as well as robberies. So how could you say that there is no benefits in martial law? So, in martial law, it's not just about abusing the people, but it's also saving our security. So it's just so amazing to walk in the streets without worrying about the robbers, the hold-uppers, the riding in tandems. So martial law is very beneficial for us this time because of that democracy you are saying. We are already free to do what we want. We can easily just kill people. We can just easily get robbed to people. So that's what the criminality rate is increasing and escalating. So as a step for preventing that rapid increase martial law, Duterte was implemented martial law not just to end the Marawi siege as well as to lessen or decrease the criminality rates here in our country. So why did Duterte extended the martial law, it is because our president wants to clear that there will be no more terrorism, or there will be no more terrorists living here in our country, especially in Marawi, as well as in the nearby cities such as Iligan, Tawi-Tawi, and Sulu. So I think martial law is very beneficial, not just here in Mindanao, as well as for all the Filipinos living in the Philippines. Thank you.
So the martial law is beneficial, according to her. Why we don't hear the side of the third speaker from the opposition side?
Oh my gosh. Sumakay.
We already know that martial law is the power is in the military as well as the president, because the president is the one who are acting as commander-in-chief of armed forces of the Philippines. According to Philippines Constitution of 1987, Article 13, the Social Justice and Human Rights, Section 1, the first sentence of it, the Congress shall give highest priority to the enhancement of measures to protect and enhance their power, enhance the right of people. Paano na lang nila mapapractice yun kung yung congressman mo wala nang kapangyarihan kasi nasa presidente na? Tapos, hindi natin masasabi na may safetyness yung dito sa Mindanao, lalo sa Mindanao. Kasi nga, this past few days, nalalaman natin, di ba, may bombing pa rin. Lalo na sa Isulan, ilang beses sila nabombahan. Tapos sa Apopong, dito na talaga sa Jensan. Hindi talaga natin masabi na effective talaga yun at may beneficial talaga yung martial law. Kasi bakit may bombing ka ngayon? Dapat, di ba, nasa military na yun, dapat pinapatayan nila 24/7 nga. Pero bakit may bombing pa rin, may threat pa rin, marami pa rin krimen na nangyayari dito.
She wants to raise to rest her case. Let us proceed for the third speaker.
Not beneficial, you say. So if you say that the martial law is not effective because there's still bombing and then there's still a lot of terrorists, so if you think that, so let's say martial law is not there, do you think that you're still safe? Do you think that so if martial law is not there, the terrorists might have come to our place already? Because it's not effective again, you say. So if it's not effective, why is it being extended for another 5 months? If it's not effective, why won't they just find another way to change it? Or why would they still stick on the martial law if it's not beneficial to our country? And the martial law also increases the economic rate of the country. So, relating to the past regime, the Marcos, the economic rates are high. The number of poor decreases, and the Philippines and because of the martial law, the Philippines was included in the map. And if you think of it, if we have the martial law today, what would become to our economy? What would be the future of our economy if the martial law is still there? Less people, there will be more people who have works. There will be less criminality, so you will not be scared to do what you want during night, and you will not be scared about your safety, of course. And that's why martial law is very beneficial to our time today, because people today are very much uneducated. Relating again to the martial law before, the people are educated. The curfew hours, they follow the curfew hours. Now, if you think today, the people are they tend to break rules, they tend to do bad things to other people. So, with the martial law, they will be stopped with that doing, and the country will be.
So now let us move for the fourth speaker of the opposition side.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are highly disagree with this declaration of the martial law that will be beneficial at this time. Why, according to our Vice President Lene Robredo, she opposes the extension of the martial law. Why? As what she said, there is the martial law there, but we have seen this past months rather, that it does not prevent any violence. After you see, as what you say, there are lots of bombings in Isulan, here in Johnson as well. So Philippines is known as a democratic country. According to Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, the Philippines is a democratic and republican state. Sovereignty resides from its people, and all government authority emanates from them. How can we enjoy this democratic country if the authority is in the government? Then we don't have the right to express our opinions because we are being controlled by the government. And according to the historically speaking, that during the time of Ferdinand Marcos, that there are estimated 70,000 individuals that were imprisoned, and 34,000 were tortured, and 3,420 were killed. So the purpose of this martial law is just to suppress the communism of the country. So and also including the suspension of the habeas corpus, which is the person have the right to express himself or herself in the court to demand what are the rights that he has. So this martial law that we have described is not beneficial.
Suppressing the human rights of the public. That's what she said. It is time now to move for the fifth speaker for the opposition side.
So, good afternoon to everyone. So, we're talking about the declaration of the martial law will be beneficial for the Philippines this time. So, we're talking about beneficial. Of course, there's a benefits of it. And then, we're talking about also law. Now, when you're talking about the law, there's a lot of process before it becomes a law. Now, it's not about the 30s, the one who decline, who said that it's a law. Because it's a process with the Supreme Court that it needs to be declared as a law. And also we're talking about the past. Past is past. There's a code that past is past and never be discussed. It's really different. Actually, there's a big difference between the past and now. Because the past, the one who handled the past is Ferdinand Marcos, but the 2018 is Rodrigo Duterte. And then you're talking also about the negative effects of the martial law. Actually, the negative effects is just always short. That's kind of really big because it's only the problem of the Filipinos. That's a really big problem of the Filipinos. In the year, you're talking about the past before, don't you know that the Philippines is one of the strongest country here in Southeast Asia, and then most of the unlike the other governments like Doria, Harap, and then Nonya Aquino, what's the problem? We become the pambakan ng mga basura of the other country. Unlike that before, the martial law of the Ferdinand Marcos, we have our own tanks, we have our own jet planes that really strong that can fight with the other countries and that can oppose other countries that want to invade us. And that's all. Thank you.
So let us proceed for the fifth speaker.
So, good afternoon everyone. As we all know that the police, the soldiers are the right hand of our president to implement this martial law. So, I am highly disagree of this kind of policy, the martial law. According to the website of Cora.com, it was stated that one of the disadvantages of martial law, it increases police power. Police forces can have a more privilege to exercise their positions as security personnel. They can be even more powerful than a local official once martial law is implemented. In short, ang mga police daw, or should we say, security personnel that is connected to the command of the supreme leader and not from local leaders, ay kaya nila manipulate ang every rights sa tao or every kalay sa nato na human rights. So, they think na sila ang may karapatang mag-control sa pagpapatanggo ng martial law, as we say, batas militar. And when we say martial law, maka-apekto din siya sa civil rights sa isa katao. Kaya masking walay warrant of arrest, kaya nila mag-arresto o isa katao, and because of that, people cannot defend their rights even we live in a democratic country.
And because of the power that was given to the police security personnel by the President, kaya nilang abusuhin at makontrol ang mga pangyayari sa martial law. And we don't know if na-apos may mga hidden agendas and transaction na pwede nila makagain of benefits habang may martial law pa. We all know that police officers forces is the one who protect us from terrorists through aiming peace and safeness. But as we observe right now, in the current situation, they already abuse the power and take it for granted. After she stated her idea about the martial law, let us proceed for the last speaker of the proposition side.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as you say, the martial law has been talamak na sa atin. Tapos, sinabi mo pa na ginawa na nila na ang pulis na may karapatan ng mag-aresto. May nabalitaan ba kayo na ngayon sa panahon ng martial law kayo natin, may nabalitaan ba kayo meron na may nag-aresto kahit walang rason? And then, martial law was implemented by our President, Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Proclamated 1081 to the Mindanao because of the Marawi siege, and that was especially for the Mindanao. The Marawi siege here in Mindanao didn't have any. Here in Mindanao, we didn't have experienced any abuse by the other police, by the military. We didn't experience any abuse there. And then the maximum security of here in Mindanao has been implemented. So we can cross in the street every night without having any abuses. So therefore, the martial law is very beneficial to us for our security, and we are experiencing peaceful life here today.
Okay, so the ideas of thoughts is already done for this side. For the last
Oh my
speaker,
gosh. Diba agad?
Good afternoon.
I'm Jay Otero. It's supposed to be Proclamation 216 and it's not 1081 because it's Marcos Proclamation. As before I start, let me read the advantage of the martial law. It says that protect everybody and bring order to the situation. Eradicate criminality, improve peace, eliminate of terrorism, remove corrupt officials. It is according to the WCC Aviation. We need to know, as a people of the Philippines, what is really our problem. Because research as a Pure.com, it cited that it has 5 disadvantages of martial law. And the fourth one is economic collapse. It means only follows orders from the government. It means if we tell the economics as what Unahan said, and racial determinism, then Stalin, he or he said na ang Pilipinas daw is sila daw yung pinakamayaman noon at mas mayaman daw sila sa economy noon. Can you reflect na doon sa isang disadvantage doon na pag doon sa isang disadvantage na economic collapse, it means ang government ang magsasabi kung ilan ang presyo ng bigas, ilan ang presyo ng ganito, ilan ang presyo ng ganyan, anong binabenta sa market. And as what you said, Stalin, na past is never been discussed. Diba? Also, why are you always you're insisting na ganito, iba si Marcos tsaka iba si Duterte. Kay Duterte, as what we've experienced and as what we've diba, na obserbahan, diba matataas yung mga binibili natin. Kasi, epekto din siya ng martial law because of the economic, diba? Kasi, economic collapse sila sabi doon na ang government ang magsistate kung pagkano ang presyo ng bigas o yung mga kinakailangan ng isang tao.
So, the first part of our debate is quite done of governance, especially in response to temporary emergency such as invasion or major disaster, or in an occupied territory. And again, martial law can be used by governments to enforce their rule over the public. Okay, so what I have read is an intermission number because we are now proceeding to our second card, which is the readback. The first side will be having their one representative, 3 to 5 minutes time allowance to speak with her idea and thoughts for the readback. And for the second, as well as the second side is given 3 to 5 minutes time allowance to state her side. So let us start for the proposition side. Where is your representative for the readback? Okay, so Norman.
So good afternoon. Let me present our remark. Let me reiterate this one. We all know that a martial law should be declared when there is a need. And our president is, wala siya kabutbo. Although we all know that declaration of martial law is a decisive action, but yet it is very imperative and very important because there is really a need. As what you've heard in our news, most especially the Marawi siege, the terrorism attacks is escalating. Also, as well as the proliferation of the abuses, the violations, and all inhuman atrocities. So therefore, the declaration of martial law is, it undergoes a lot of process, as well as it includes votation from the highest officials, and there we found out that there are a lot of officials who favored the declaration of martial law. Also about the disadvantage of what you've said, economic collapse based on the such site, Quora.com. It's not that is for true to all. But in our country, have you seen economic collapse? Have you seen there is a collapse in our economy? I guess there's none. And about the change up, about the democracy. Of course, we are a democratic country, but that doesn't mean that we will abuse the democracy. So we should also take, dapat not all the time is we are free to do such heinous acts, such bad acts, such as abusive acts, because it's very bad and it's very detrimental. Somehow, it's very detrimental. So also, talking about terrorism attack, that is one of the cause, by far the biggest cause, that's why Duterte declared the martial law. Because if it does not declare, there is really a big possibility that the ISIS, the terrorism, or let's say the extremists will spread in other regions, and that will cause a big trouble. So that is why you should not say that martial law is never beneficial. You should not say that martial law never contribute a benefit in our country. Because first and foremost, Duterte declared martial law because there is really a need. As we all know that the declaration of martial law is risking the safety and impunity. The power is in the hand of our administrator and it is in the hand of our armed forces. But our armed forces is not narrow-minded. They are not arresting those innocent people, only those suspicious individuals. So therefore, I should say, we must say that the declaration of martial law in this time is indeed beneficial. So that's all.
Because he ended his stage for 3 minutes, and now opposition side, I think you're ready. Okay, so your representative, you may now start.
Good afternoon again. You said that martial law is very really needed. It is imperative and important. And about the Marawi siege and undergoes votation, the martial law will be ma-implement siya, di ba, pag under votation na siya. And then the economic collapse, you said already, di ba? And then there is a big possibility that the ISIS will be attacking and can cause big trouble. If I were you, Norman, let me ask you, what if you saw one of your relatives lying there and wala siyang ginawang krimen? Ano kayang gagawin mo? Remember, sa martial law, rally is prohibited. And then in martial law, they can arrest any person person without any warrant arrest. That is the disadvantage of the martial law. And then, it's cited in the Article 7, Section 18, Executive Department, and the 8th sentence. Kindly, suspension of the privilege right. Any person that's arrested must be released. But what they are doing, diba? They gonna patay na, they just gonna kill the person na lang. And then that's what Sir Ginaldo said. Diba sabi nyo, peaceful na ang, sabi nyo may advantage ang martial law. It has ba talaga? It has ba talaga? Does martial law make us safe? Or does it bring peace or boost justice? Why just only in the whole Mindanao? And what happened to Proclamation 55? The Proclamation 55, dineclare siya and nipirmahan siya ni Duterte noong September 4, 2016 because of what happened to the Davao City of the bombing in September 2 in 2016. But what happened to Proclamation 55? If it has a ISIS there, and if it has a bombing there, why just should they implement na lang the, lockdown? As what na ginawa, yung lockdown na, may doon sa Marawi, may ISIS doon. Doon lang talaga siya na city. Bakit sa whole Mindanao pa? What is the purpose? Kasi pag doon na siya, kung sinabi nilang doon lang talaga yung mga, doon lang talaga yung mga ISIS, o bakit di lang doon sa Marawi, bakit papunay pa dito? Kasi pag sinabing lockdown kasi, walang makakalabas, walang makakapasok. Ganon.
I want you to give a round of applause for our speakers. They are very great. So now, they are ready. Okay, counter rebat. Okay, so you will be given your chance to counter rebat.
Ba't pa?
So, kanina sinabi mo, kailangan, kung nakita mo ang iyong pamilya or relatives, nabulag ka, dahil nanguli dahil walang kasalanan, then let me ask you, what if nakita mo ang pamilya mo, nabulag ka dahil sa mga kriminal na mga nakakala dito sa mundo, dahil walang ginawa ang gobyerno natin? What can you say about that one? And then also, hindi mo masasabi na ang ganyang bagay o ganyang batas na simple lamang, sapagkat ang Pangulo natin ay matalino. Di siya basta-basta na masasabi mo, Presidente lamang, sapagkat pinag-aralan niya na mabuti bago niya sinabi na gusto niya ipatupad ang batas at para sa kabutihan lamang ito ng lahat at hindi para sa kasamaan. Nakita niyo naman, di ba? Here in Mindanao, we're already safe, right? Not that totally safe, pero nakikita mo naman yung improvement. And actually, yung sinabi niyong website kanina, are you really sure that that website is really credible resources for that kind of information? I'm just wondering if that is really credible. And also actually mostly the mga vlogs na about sa martial law, it's actually hindi taga Mindanao ang gumagawa yan. Kasi yung mga vlogs ng mga taga Mindanao, it's not all about negative effects, that's all about the big effects of the martial law here in Mindanao. That's a problem of the Philippines.
From this side, okay, counter rebat, you will be given in 2 minutes to say your idea.
As what you said earlier, kung nakita mo yung pamilya mo na nakabulan dyan sa tabi lang kasi walang ginawa ang gobyerno, ano ba ang purpose ng gobyerno? Pwede naman mag-ialam ang gobyerno kahit walang martial law, di ba? We are living in a democratic country as what I said earlier to. So, yung tao is meron siyang right. Meron siyang right kung paglaban yung freedom niya into the government. So, hindi lang martial law ang daan para ipaglaban mo yung rights sa isang tao na nakabulanta dun sa daan. So, yun na nga. Ang martial law na ito ay hindi siya binibigyan beneficial sa this time because makikita natin sa mga television, ang daming mga balita about bombing. You're saying that it talks about security and peaceful and peace rather. If you're saying it's all about security and peace, bakit meron pa mga terorista nakapasok dito sa Jensen na merong bombing na nangyari doon sa dito talaga sa Jensen, dito sa Apope. Bakit meron pa nangyari kung ang martial law nyo ay nagsasabi about sa seguridad?
Okay, the counter readback is now officially done because we are not allowing again counter readback. Okay, so the debate goes exciting, right?
Yes!
Oh, yes. So now, to
Not
ask
exciting.
5 volunteers from the audience to speak for or against the issue at hand, he may also have the option to ask from the class question relevant to the activity. May I ask Sir Junaldo to ask 5 volunteers, sir?
You can see the size of A and B or the conversations and the performances. First, we really appreciate the idea of some brilliant ideas from A and B was. I guess, meron talaga tinatawag na hate. Ibig sabihin, meron din sa indications or hate, ang dami pa na natin idea. But pinag-usapan natin kanina that we are the direct, something concept of recipients about this issue now. Because tayo yung direct na talaga. Actually, discussing about this A and B ideas, we must be able to solicit some ideas from the crowd. Of course, maglilimit tayo ng 5 kasi we are already by the guidelines. So, in-expect natin mayroong 5 from the crowd yung idea based doon sa A and B na yung propositions on the opposition side. Depende sa inyo, that is your discretions, that is your right to pipiliin nyo kung saan kayo, and then bibigay kayo na at least 2 minutes man no, for our bibigay ng ideas sa galing sa crowd. Okay? Pagbitan natin yung 5. Sino gusto? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 na represent those ideas. Yes? 1, 2, 1 lang. Tandaan nyo kayo, yung 1 is yun na yung deliver. Pag-diris na tayo. Kasi yung talaga. Okay? 1, 2, 3, tres na naman ito.
Yan!
Our topic specifically was martial law and is it beneficial in the Philippines in this time? So I think it is really beneficial because if it's not, they won't extend the martial law anymore for another 5 months. Because if it's not beneficial, they will really search for another strategy or way in minimizing the crimes and killing in our things. So about the thing that price goes up because of martial law, it's not the martial law, it's the trade law, hoarding and natural phenomena, and the inflation rate, of course. So martial law was really beneficial in our times now, and that's all.
I repeat the guidelines from the crowd based on what you hear from both sides, from the reasoning. You now make a decision. Do you still believe that the declaration of the martial law is beneficial to the Philippines at this time based on dito sa kanilang pinag-usapan sa? You can affirm any reasoning that they have presented, or you can present also your own opinion.
For me, the declaration of martial law on this time is still beneficial. Well, though, I want to say some good points to their group. I like that they pointed out that on martial law that it's the president who magbuot. At tapos, wala din pulos ang mga senator o mga congressman kay ang president naman ang mag-control sa Canada. He will have all the authority and the assets of democracy will be like walang bahala. But still, I still like the martial law because of that it can help to increase the safetyness of the community, and even though na ay mga bombings and iba na crimes, but still we have something na mag-defend sa luwa, like tighter than the police and the government.
Okay, some questions. I thought there are also speakers. Okay, some questions. Okay, from you, 12. Stand.
Tigalan!
Okay, you 12. Who wants to give question? Regardless with the speakers, Okay.
Where is the post here?
Okay, so we have one.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Dili sa kay, ka-swings na ka sila, depende ko sila. It's because, for me, may gusto na ako na i-benefit sa martial law. President Duterte didn't, wala niya i-prepare martial law na if wala po siya kabalong sa benefits ang magbuwas sa mga Pilipino. Because, as sa source, or let's say sa source na ako nakuha, nag-deliver ako Duterte study the Lord. So, for me, siguro nakuha ko muna sa dito sa hindi study. If mag-prepare na siya martial law, naman siguro good benefits na makuha mga Pilipino. So, nakuha ko sa so for me, there are good benefits if we have our martial law. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much again. Questions? Who wants to give questions from the unions? Okay.
Quiet!
Although the martial law is beneficial, pero look forward po na negative side na. Although ang martial law ay beneficial, pero look forward po the negative side. Because ako na maraming taong namamatay dahil sa injustice ruling of the government. As a human, we have rights to operate our rights. We have right to make our rights, and we have right to make a better decision, like raising democracy, like that. Yeah, for me, that beneficial to everybody.
Okay, so for him, the martial law is not beneficial, but for those who want it's only their views about the martial law. Okay, so one last. Who wants to share their view? So, like natin no. So, there is a so, this ang debate na nangyari is, wala ko nag-base sa agree sa disagree. So, ang para sa ako is, ang martial law, natin siya benefits, hindi na siya mawala, na siya advantage o disadvantage. So, for now, kung sa ito ang sa sitwasyon sa ato sa Mindanao, in-implementing kaning martial law, kung sa ito na magpanibabaw, ang ang advantage o disadvantage. Kaya, ang maglalakaw sa inyo sa balita, is murag nag-burst good siya in implementing the martial law. Wala ko nakita ang benefits ba, ang maayo po niya na impact sa sa ato ang komunidad. So, sa pag-implement ni
ni President Rodrigo Duterte is, dili siya maalugod, dili siya maayo sa ato ang community kay mas nag-breastfeed siya. Dagan ang nadamay ng mga inosente din. Ang mga justice board na wala na din siya na spray na nahatag sa mga victims. Okay, so thank you for those students who gave their views. Thank you very much. Okay, so again, how did you find the debate?
Labangal.
Okay, again, I'm Lisa Abubakar from the Humanities and Social Sciences Suite, your today's presider, and thank you very much. I want to give the microphone to our facilitating teacher, Sir Chidalga.
Baka natin ilagay yung malaking backpack para sa lahat. Mayroon tayong hindi ng tanong. Doon na lang natin pag-usapan yung iba doon sa ating classroom. Okay, bilang assignment. Ang tanong dito, does the proponents from both sides defended their stand well? State particular issues, side that strongly support their stand. Ano ang tanong? Does our activity achieve its objective of encouraging critical judgment and research-based reasoning? Yun ang mga tanong na inan natin. Yung ibang tanong, posibleng gagawa tayo, mayroon tayong gagawin sa classroom na natin. Pero bago pa man natin ang konsent first, bigyan natin ng masigawang para.
Okay. Actually, I am not a facilitator sa PIT lang ako. Ever supportive. Di ka rin kasali sa video, i-edit ko na ni. Sige na. Before I announce the winner, nangita ko ng mga judges. Nangitog sila kung saan pagbansay-bansay. Isang na tayo breaks. No?
Ma'am, pwede.
You have fought well. If it is a battle, you have fought well, every one of you. I would like to acknowledge and the great responsibility and with much appreciation sa iyang papel karong hapon. Wala ko gina-expect nga na siya mas spontaneous ang atong share from another section. Palakpakan natin si Miss Abubakar, Aiza Abubakar. I'm fine. Sige naman, ito sunod ko yung pangalan. Palakpakan natin siya. Siguro, later on, maayos ay silang madala o maingani. We would like to thank our debaters. Talagang pinag-research, pinag-isipan at pinag-testad ang kanilang arguments and reasoning from grade 12 STEM. Palakpakan natin. We will also give a heartfelt thanks and recognition to our judges, to our panel for this activity. Sir Ronald T. Bisaya, our assistant to the principal. Sir Sandy Estorno, our student high school coordinator. And Ma'am Numin Babat, kanina lang sinabihan, our guidance designate sa senior high school program. And of course, for the presence of everybody. Excited na kayo? I-announce? Yes!
Ma'am, huwag na patagalin.
Oo, silikong gawin to follow sa mga judges. Tapos ang prizes to follow sa mga nagdaog. O pati sa mga nagdaog. O una na lang. Una mo rin ko na nanginginom na sinunan. Sige. Dahil nga eh. Sige. Ang assignment daw, kaliban doon sa dalawang question, is that you make critical reflection, individual, to be along with the question. You submit it to your Sir Ronaldo. And how do you find the activity? Interesting ba? Yes! Napagod kayo?
Yes, ma'am!
Informative? Gusto niyo isa pa? Sunodin ako kung anong requirement.
Oh my God.
Without much ado,
The winner for this debate is team. The team. The team. Kasi mali ko, sir. With an average score of 25.33 versus the point of 25 flat. Wala. The winner is Team.